Hey, good to see you. Welcome home. I'm Jerrel. This is Mountain Home, and it's your place for all things mountain music and everything in between. Today, I wanted to share with you a topic regarding the unique voice of instruments, and in particular, the word strident. I think is a very interesting word that we don't really come across too often in music unless you specifically play with other people who use certain instruments. Now, have you ever played with a musician who had an instrument that was just a little too punchy and bright and a little too boomy and not in a deep way? In general, the word strident describes an instrument that is punchy and bright, very bright, but it's very difficult to get people to really understand the concept fully until they hear the instruments and compare them. So in this video, I'll be doing a short comparison between a couple of different instruments so that you can hear for yourself the difference between a strident and a non-strident instrument. It's a fun concept to understand because you can identify sounds and you can understand the voice of instruments. So this is a pocket mandolin. It's created by a Holdrio Piccolo in Germany, circa 1950 or so, somewhere around there, possibly the 40s or 50s. This is an interesting one. It's had a real life, really. So I've got this fixed up and ready to play, and I'll just do a short sample. This is what you would describe as a strident instrument, or an instrument with a strident voice. I think this is quite a cute instrument, but this is what you would describe as a strident voice. And some situations you may not really want, a texture like that in the mix. It's very bright and it's punchy. Now I will play an instrument that you would not describe as having a strident voice. This is just a standard A-type mandolin. This is from Tanglewood. This is my go-to mandolin. I really just adore the voice on this. It's quite warm. In general, for mandolins, this is one you would mostly describe as having quite a warm voice, but it does have good balance for brightness, but it doesn't have the punchiness. Now, I'll move on to banjo mandolins, or banjolins. This is a GH&S, a George Houghton & Son. It is British made. I believe this one in particular comes from around the 1930s to 1940s, this particular one. It's in excellent condition. This is the most strident instrument in my collection. Hopefully the microphone does it justice here. I hope that was a decent example of how strident that is. That is punchy and bright, and not much else. It absolutely has its place in an ensemble, in a banjo orchestra, in a jam session, but that's not for all types of music. Now, I'll show you a custom instrument. This is one that I assembled myself using parts from other instruments that were basically lost causes. They were no good. So the neck comes from a Rogue, the body comes from an old Lero, and I'll just show you the sound difference. Now this still has a bright, strident voice, but it is much warmer compared to the other banjo. So why are these instruments so different? Why do they sound like that? What makes them strident? What makes them so bright? I'll hold it up and see if you can tell me the difference between banjo A and banjo B. I'll give you a second. If you can tell me the difference between these two banjos, put that in the comment section. If you typed that the banjos have a different size, then you are right. Please award yourself 10 points. It is the size of your body that dictates whether you will have a strident voice or not. Having that smaller resonating surface and a thinner resonating surface with less mass means that the strings are imparting significantly more force. Their vibrations are transferring into a much smaller medium that happens to have small surface area and thin mass, and that results in a bright, punchy, or strident voice. And again, I'll let you compare the sizes here between the mandolins. Can you tell me the differences between mandolin A and mandolin B? Type it down in the comments section below. If you typed, this one has a smaller body, please award yourself 10 points. So the next time you see an instrument with a very small body, you know what to expect. This is often why ukuleles are identified as having a very bright, often punchy sound, is because they have that smaller surface area, and they tend to be made out of materials that are quite light in terms of their overall mass. And that lets them have that bright punchiness that is what really defines their voice. I have a sopranissimo ukulele. I converted that into a piccolo mandolin, and that is even more strident than this. It's even brighter, it's even punchier. So I hope this topic has been interesting to you. Was this interesting to you? Would you like to see more videos of topics like this where I go into different musically related topics like that? Please let me know in the comments section below. Okay, thanks everyone. Take care. It's great to see you again. It's great to hear from you in the comment section. I hope you're well. I have a number of great videos coming up soon, and I have a whole new batch of reviews coming up where I go in depth into so many different instruments. So hopefully you look forward to those, and I can share more music with you. Take care of yourselves, everyone. Come home again soon, and I'll leave the porch light on for you.